Alright, check this out. I'm literally in Claude co-work and I say, give me a list of these people and this is the criteria and I'll put that in a CSV file including their email. And Claude is actually able to give me a list of all these people, and the cool part is all these emails are actually verified. So I can send cold emails to these people. I'm going to show you exactly how to do that in this video. In the last year or so, we've probably booked somewhere between 700 to 800 meetings and signed probably 80 to 90 clients at my agency. And a big part of how we do that comes down to how we build a lead list. Most agencies are still pulling the same recycled data from the same databases everyone else is using, but we do it differently. We use Claude to build a laser-targeted lead list on demand, powered by a tool called AI Org. So in this video, I'm going to show you the full workflow. Section 1, a full walkthrough of AI Org and how we use it to pull unlimited targeted leads. Section 2, how to connect AI Org directly to Claude using MCP so you can build lead lists without ever touching the UI. And section 3, 2 advanced tips on how to get even more out of the tool. So let's get into it. So I'm going to share my screen and walk you through AI Org from the beginning. And if you've never heard of this tool before, here's one sentence version. AI Org is a B2B database with 400 million contacts across 69 million companies. Compare that to Apollo, which only has 210 million contacts across 35 million companies. So that means AI Org has almost double the coverage and the data refreshes every 30 days. So you're not pulling stale records from 2 years ago, you're actually getting current and verified contact data. So first, let's talk about pricing. Later on in the video, I'll tell you why this pricing makes so much sense. AI Org charges by credit. So you can select however credit you want to use. So for example, let's say you want to contact 5,000 people per month. You can just select the base credit. And the cool part is it does roll over to the upcoming month. Now, once you create an account, let me walk you through the main features that you will actually use. Inside the UI, you can click on the company search on the left hand side. In here, you will see two separate tabs, company search and people search. I usually go with the people search so you can actually find the contact information. So let's start with people search. This is where you spend most of your time. So you can filter by job title, company size, industry, location, seniority, and a lot more. AAR gives you a little bit over 70 data points per contact. So that's not just name and email. It's actually work history, LinkedIn activities, skills, publications, and things you can actually use to write relevant emails. Alright, so let me just run a live search so that you can see how this works. So what I'm gonna do is maybe I'll start with the industry. Let's do something fun. Let's do retail. Alright, and what I want to do is search for all the companies within the mid-market range. So let's do maybe 50 to 1,000, and then I'm gonna click on row. I'm gonna go for all the CMOs. Boom, there we go. Pretty straightforward, just like all the other tools. You just put in some filter on the left hand side and it got me a total of 1.3 thousand records of all the CMOs within the retail industry from 50 to 1,000 people companies. Now, of course, I'm just showing you an example, and before we go deeper, I'm keeping this video focused specifically on the tool itself. And if you want a full strategy on how to build a targeted lead list, go check out thecodecademy.com. It's completely free and I'll show you everything you need to know about lead scraping. All right, back to it. So one thing I want to highlight here is data quality. So AI Org actually pre-verifies emails before you export this list. And this is what most tools are not doing. They say their data is qualified, they say their data is all clean up, but it's not, right? AI Org actually take a step further and verify every single data that you are sending out, including catch-all emails. If you don't know what catch-all is a terminology in the cold email space. It basically means unsure email, right? So it verifies the email that is half sure to make sure that every single email that you're exporting are actually legit emails, which means that every campaign you're running, the bounce rate stays around 1% or less. And if you ever run a cold email campaign with unverified data, you know the pain of watching your domain health tank from bounces, so you know why this matters a lot. Alright, so let me show you a feature that I think is underrated, the Lookalike feature. Alright, so what you want to do is go to company search on the the left bar. And over here, you take one of your best existing clients or a company that perfectly matches your ICP. Let's say I want to do something like Clay.com. I think you guys are familiar with Clay if you're into cold email. Click search. AI Arc goes and finds every company that looks or similar to Clay, same size, similar industry signal, similar structures, and instead of manually defining every filters, you're essentially saying, find me more of this company. So this is how you expand your TAM without starting from scratch. There are also a lot of cool filters in here as well, like the technology. You can actually search up for the technology that the company is using. Things like headcount growth, employee by departments. Those are pretty cool. So yeah, you can play around with the filter, but one thing before we move on, save records. What does that mean? That means any contact that you've already pulled and saved does not cost you credits again if you access it later. That's a big one. It's why we're a huge fan of AI Arc instead of some other tools. Okay, so here's an example. Let's say you have two set of companies that you want to go after. One is fintech and one is software companies. And let's say if you pull a list of fintech this month, then the next month you pull a list of all the software companies. And let's say we got Bob, and Bob showed up in both because there is some similarity between fintech and software. Right? AI Arc won't charge you twice for that person because that credit is already spent on the record that lives in your account. So as you keep building up your database over time, your cost per lead actually keeps going down. And that's the evergreen model. You're building an asset, not just renting a list. Real quick part, I know I'm showing you how to build a lead list in this video, but if you want to learn more about cold email copywriting, you want to learn more about infrastructures, how to set everything up, I have a free resource down in the comment section. It's called the Code Academy. Spend a lot of time and effort building this for free for you guys, so make sure to check it out. And if you'd rather just have my team to do it for you, there's also another link in the description, so book a call with our team and we'll see how we can help you. Alright, so in a nutshell, that is AI Arc. Now, this is where it gets interesting. You can connect an MCP server to AI Arc, which means you can talk directly to Claude and run your entire lead search using Claude without ever touching AI Arc interface at all. So let me show you how to do this. Alright, so I'm checking out the AI Arc MCP documentations and it got a bunch of instruction in here, but I'm going to show you an easier way to connect Claude to AI Arc. Alright, so what you want to do is go into your Claude account, go to setting, click on connectors on the left hand side. You have to click on this customize over here. It's a new thing. So in here, I already have the AI Arc connected to it. What you want to do is click on connectors and then there's a plus sign right here. Click on add custom connector. All you have to do is give it a name. You can do something like AI Arc, Mo MCP server. You can copy this entire URL right here and then just paste that back in. Now, make sure you replace this point with your actual API key. So to do that, you're going to go back to AI Arc. At the bottom left, make sure you click on this setting button, and then on the left hand side there's a section that say dashboard API keys. Go in here. I only have an API key, but you can just click on create API key, enter a name. It's going to give you a key. Make sure you save that because it's not going to show you again. You're going to go back to Claude and copy that key into this pot right here. Once it's done, click add. You might have to restore your Claude afterward, but once you do that, everything is done. What you're going to see is the AI Arc appear in Claude once the connection is live. So now, instead of going through all the filters and drop downs in the UI, you just tell Claude in plain English exactly who do you want to go after. For example, I can type something like this: run an MCP in AI Arc and grab me a test data of 5 CEOs in New York of SaaS companies that are doing between 1 to 5 million ARR, right? So this is an example, of course, but the more you describe your ICP, the more you describe your criteria, the better list you will get. Here, it's going to extract everything into a CSV file, include the email, include the LinkedIn, and everything. So that way you can literally control all of that inside of Claude. This is the workflow that we're moving toward. So instead of spending an hour clicking through filters, you describe your ICP in one sentence and Claude builds the lead list for you. And you can change this with another prompt, right? For example, you can have Claude pull the list and immediately analyze it, score the leads based on the criteria, and then flag the ones that actually worth prioritizing, all in one single conversation. All right, let's go into the last section. 2 tips to get more out of AI Arc, especially when you hit the edge cases. Number one, sometimes AI org pulls a contact but is missing an email. This happens more often with certain job titles or smaller companies that are not well indexed. Do not skip those contacts because the contact itself might be your best lead. So what you want to do instead is run those through an enrichment tool. We usually use Lead Magic or ICPs, but there are other options like Prospios and other tools that you can use as well. Second advanced tip. So this one is for when you're going after a very specific niche. So let's say you want to go after MSP. Now, the problem is most B2B databases don't categorize these very well. So you search for MSP companies in AI.org and you might get a very messy list. So what you want to do is go to a specialized database like clutch.co. Right here, you can pull the list of all different type of agencies. Like for example, if you want to go after MSP, as I mentioned, you can scrape a list of literally all the MSP companies. And then what you want to do is go back into AI.org and you would upload that list. Now, from all these companies, can you please find me like the CMO? So you can go back to job title and then just search for CEO, CMO, whatever it might be. And it's going to pull all those people from the companies that you really want to laser target. Right? Or you can use Claude. Just go to Claude, upload the CSV, and then tell Claude from these companies, pull me a list for the CMO or the CEO from AI.org, and it will do it for you. So in a nutshell, that's how you can use Claude to pull unlimited data powered by AI.org. Now, the mistake that I see most people make with this is treating it like a finish line, but it's a starting line because with cold email, there's infrastructure, copywriting, management. So if you want myself and my team to do all of that for you, build the entire system, click the link in the description, book a call with my team, we'll get it done so you can stop sitting on lists and start booking calls. If you got value from this, smash the button and subscribe. As always, eyes on the stars, and I'm rooting for you.